Ever wondered what's happening right beneath our feet? That's right, we're talking about soil. It's not just dirt. It's the very foundation of our food system, a living, breathing ecosystem that determines what we can grow and how well it thrives. Today, we read digging deep into the fascinating world of different soil types and uncovering why understanding them is crucial for every farmer and gardener. So grab your shovel and let's get our hands dirty. First up, let's talk about the big three: sand, silt, and clay. These are the mineral particles that make up almost every soil. The proportion of each gives soil its unique texture and properties. Imagine walking on a beach. That's sandy soil for you. Its particles are large and coarse. When you rub it between your fingers, it feels gritty. Because of the large spaces between particles, water drains through it incredibly fast. This is great for preventing waterlogged roots, but it's a double-edged sword. It also means nutrients get washed away quickly, a process called leaching. So, while it warms up fast in the spring, which is a plus point, plants in sandy soil, like root vegetables such as carrots and potatoes, often need more frequent watering and fertilizing. Now let's move on to clay soil. This is the complete opposite of sand. The particles are tiny, less than 0.002 millimeters. When wet, clay feels sticky and can be molded. Just like modeling clay, when it dries it can become hard and crack. These tiny particles pack together tightly, leaving very little space for air or water to move through. This means clay soil has excellent water retention. It holds onto moisture for a long time. It's also typically rich in nutrients. However, its poor drainage can lead to waterlogged roots, and it's slow to warm up in the spring. It can be heavy and difficult to work with. But with proper management, crops like broccoli, cabbage, and kale can do very well in clay soils. In between sand and clay, we have silty soil. Silt particles are medium-sized, larger than clay but smaller than sand. When you feel it, it's smooth and almost floury, like talcum powder. Silty soil has good water retention, better than sand but not as extreme as clay. It's also fertile and contains a good amount of nutrients. However, it can be prone to compaction and erosion from wind and water if it's not managed carefully. Many garden vegetables, shrubs, and trees appreciate the balanced nature of silty soil. So we have sand, which drains too fast, and clay, which drains too slowly. What if you could get the best of both worlds? That's where loamy soil comes in. Loam is the gold standard for most farmers and gardeners. It's a balanced mixture of sand, silt, and clay, along with plenty of organic matter. This ideal combination gives it a fine texture that's easy to work. It holds moisture well but also drains efficiently, preventing root rot. It's rich in nutrients and allows for good air circulation to the roots. You can grow almost anything in loam, from vegetables and fruits to flowers and grains. It's the dream soil for agriculture. Let's explore some other important soil types. Have you ever been to a bog or a wetland? You've likely encountered peat soil, or peaty soil. This soil is formed from the slow decomposition of organic matter, like mosses and reeds, in waterlogged acidic conditions. It's dark, rich in organic material, and can hold a massive amount of water. Because of its high organic content, it can be very fertile once drained and its acidity is managed. However, it's naturally low in some key nutrients, and its acidic nature needs to be corrected with lime for most crops. It's great for growing acid-loving plants like blueberries and rhododendrons. And with amendments, it's excellent for salad greens and root vegetables. Next, we have chalky soil. As the name suggests, this soil contains a lot of calcium carbonate or chalk. It's often stony and very alkaline, which means it has a high pH. This alkalinity can lock up essential nutrients like iron and manganese, making them unavailable to plants and causing yellowing leaves. Chalky soil is free-draining and overlays a bedrock of chalk or limestone. It can be thin and less fertile than other types. However, with the addition of organic matter to improve fertility and water retention, it can support plants that tolerate alkaline conditions, like spinach, beets, and certain types of flowers such as lavender and lilac. So, why does all this matter? Because each crop has its own unique preference. A potato farmer wants that loose, sandy loam so the tubers can expand easily. A rice farmer, on the other hand, needs soil with a high clay content that can hold standing water. Understanding your soil's texture, drainage, nutrient content, and pH is the first step to successful farming. You can get a good idea of your soil type with a simple field test. Take a moist handful of soil and try to form a ribbon between your thumb and forefinger. A long, smooth ribbon indicates high clay content. If it feels gritty and won't form a ribbon at all, it's sandy. If it feels smooth like flour and forms a weak ribbon, you've got silt. Loam will form a medium ribbon and feel slightly gritty. For a more precise analysis, you can send a soil sample to a local agricultural extension office or a lab. They can give you a detailed report on its composition, pH, and nutrient levels. If your soil is too sandy, you can add organic matter like compost to improve water and nutrient retention. If you have heavy clay, adding compost and gypsum can help improve its structure and drainage. Adjusting the pH with lime for acidic soils or sulfur for alkaline soils can unlock nutrients and make them available to your plants. In the end, soil is not a static medium. It's a dynamic and precious resource that we can improve and manage. By understanding its characteristics, we can make informed decisions, choosing the right crops, applying the right fertilizers, and using the right irrigation techniques. It's all about working with nature, not against it. From the sandy shores to the rich river valleys and peaty bogs, every soil tells a story. And learning to read that story is the key to a bountiful harvest. Whether you're managing a 1,000-acre farm or a small backyard garden, remember this simple truth. Know your soil, grow better. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the ground beneath us. Happy farming!